All right, today I want to talk to you about something that students notoriously struggle with, and it has to do with factoring. So factoring is something that we use in math constantly, and students need to be proficient in factoring like they know their multiplication tables. Like, to me, I call it like you need to be able to factor like you breathe. It needs to be as easy as that for you. But there's a point where if we have a leading coefficient, which I know all of a sudden that got really mathy, but if we have a number in front, students can break down very quickly. So I'm going to start off with kind of a basic factoring, and that would be x squared. Let's just go ahead and do something like x squared minus x minus 12. Now most students don't struggle with this. So I'm going to go ahead and just factor this. I could go into a lot longer how I actually teach this and all of that, but right now I'm just doing a quick little version here. But if I'm going to factor this, I know that this tells me my signs are going to be opposite. I know that to get the x squared, I'm going to say x times x. Now I get to use this nifty little trick that says, what multiplies to get 12, but subtract those numbers and you get 1. And students can really pretty easily figure out that that's 4 and 3. Sometimes they struggle with where do they put it. Well, we want more negatives, so I need more negatives. So the 4 takes the negative. Okay, so most students do okay with factoring once they understand this concept. But now I want to move you into something that I teach that is just like a lifesaver for students. It makes factoring fun and easy where they don't have to guess and check anymore. And it's called slide and divide. It's like awesomeness. So let's take a problem like 2x squared minus 11x plus 5. Okay, now the principle of slide and divide goes like this. Step number 1, you slide. When you slide, you multiply. So you say x squared minus 11x plus 10. Okay, so step 1 was we slide. Now look what we've created. We've created the easy factoring that students understand and don't struggle with. So this tells me my signs are the same. They're both going to be minus. I know it's x and x. What multiplies to get 10 but adds to get 11? Well, that would be 10 and 1, and doesn't matter where I put them because my signs are the same. Okay, so step 1 was I do the slide. Step 2 says I have to now divide. So I do the slide, which creates the easy factoring, and then I have to come back and divide. You divide by the number that you did the sliding with. So now I come and divide. So this gives me x minus 5. This did not become a whole number, so I'm just going to move it right here. 2x minus 1. Now, honestly, students pick this up really quickly, and it's actually really fun. They enjoy factoring where they never used to before. I'm going to do one more quick example just so that you get the idea. But this is literally like a salvation for students with factoring. So let's take something like 3x squared plus 7x minus 20. All right, so step 1, we slide. Now that creates the easy factoring. So I know my signs are opposite. I know it's x and x. And now I have to ask what multiplies to get 60 but subtracts to get 7. Okay, that may be not the quickest, easiest thing. We know that 60 is 10 times 6. That doesn't get me a 7, but I know that numbers ending in 0, that 5 goes into that. And 5 times 12, that works perfect. Okay, remember, I need lots of positive, so the 12 takes that positive. So I have 12 times 5. Remember, step 1, we slide. Step 2, we divide. So this gives me x plus 4 and 3x minus 5, and it is factored and done. There was no guess and check. There was no erasing and no tears, and it made it actually really fun to do something that students notoriously struggle with.